Hey everyone, let's make some epic vegan hard-boiled eggs. Make sure you stay tuned till the end to see how I make sambal telur with them too. To get that egg shape, we need a flexible silicone mold like this. You can get this online at Lazada or Shopee. I'll put a link in the description box below. Okay, let's get started. We need 300 grams of silken tofu. Add it to a blender along with a quarter teaspoon of mushroom seasoning, a quarter teaspoon of black salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of agar. Blend these ingredients on high until it becomes super smooth. Then pour it into a pot. Place it on medium heat and bring to the boil gently. Once it starts to boil, let it bubble for about 1 minute to activate the agar. Take it off the heat. Now that the whites are ready, we need to move quickly and spoon them into the mold before it starts to set. Place the egg mold on a flat tray or plate. Spoon about 1.5 tablespoons of the mix into each mold. Once the temperature drops to around 32 degrees Celsius, the agar will start to set, so it'll be a bit harder to spoon it in. But don't worry if that happens. You'll just have to use a spoon to even out the mix. We're going to let this set in the fridge for about an hour. In the meantime, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any of my future recipes. Once the egg whites have set, we can carefully pop them out of the silicone mold. Look how shiny and egg-like it looks. With a melon baller or teaspoon, scoop a cavity out of the egg whites to prepare for our yolk. Then return the eggs back into the mold. Save all of the scooped egg whites, we're going to need them for later. Now let's make the yolk part of the recipe. Into a small pot, we're adding in 18 grams of raw cashew nuts and 18 grams of chopped carrots. Pour in enough water to cover them and place onto our stove to boil until the carrots are cooked through and the cashews have swelled. Once they're cooled, spoon the carrots and cashews into a small blender. Then we're going to add all of the scooped egg whites in it too. We're not wasting anything here. To this, we're adding half a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, a quarter teaspoon of mushroom seasoning, 1/8 of a teaspoon of tapioca starch, 1/4 teaspoon of agar, a pinch of turmeric powder, and half a tablespoon of oil. Lastly, let's pour in a 1/4 cup of oat milk and blend until super smooth. Pour into our pot and bring to the boil just like before to activate the agar, making sure to stir constantly. And we can finally spoon in the yolks into the cavity of the egg white. Leaving them in the mold makes it easier to do this, and they won't set lopsided or spill. Leave to chill in the fridge for another hour. Once they're set and ready to use, just pop them out of the mold. Now let's make a quick sambal telur. Grab some dried chilies and let's cut them up. I'm using 15 grams of dried chilies. Use less if you prefer or substitute some with fresh red chilies to lessen the heat level. Boil until the chilies are softened. Then let's add them to a blender. To give that belacan and umami flavor, let's add half a sheet of seaweed. And for that funk, 1 tablespoon of miso paste. You can also use tauchu instead. Next, we need 4 red onions and 5 cloves of garlic. Then let's blend it. Get a yellow onion, peel and slice. Set it aside for later. To cook the sambal, we're going to need quite a bit of oil to ensure the paste is thoroughly cooked through. This is about 1 cup of oil. You can always scoop out any excess oil later and save it for something else. We're going to fry the paste until it turns a dark color and you can see the oil separating or pecah minyak. Then let's add the sliced yellow onions. To season the sambal, let's sprinkle in 2 teaspoons of mushroom seasoning, half a tablespoon of tamarind paste, and 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar. Stir everything through and we're done. You can add some water if it gets too dry. Let the sambal cool down before you add the vegan eggs. Agar melts at around 85 degrees Celsius, so we want to make sure it's cool enough before adding the vegan eggs. Alternatively, you can just scoop the sambal over the top of the vegan eggs when serving. Finish the dish with a sprinkling of kala namak or black salt. Bon appetit! What goes best with hard-boiled eggs? Nasi lemak. Watch this video next to see how I veganize nasi lemak, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.